In a small village named Ndola in South Africa, lived a man named Hasan, a humble mason known by everyone as Hasan the Builder. He was around 50, his skin bronzed by the sun, his hands worn from years of labor, yet his eyes held a quiet depth, and his smile carried the strength of a man who had lived through both hardship and hope. Hasan was a master of his craft. When he laid bricks, it felt as though he was having a silent conversation with them. Walls didn't just stand, they breathed with purpose. He had 5 children, 3 sons and 2 daughters. His wife, Sugra, was a calm, soft-spoken woman who kept the household running with grace. They lived in a small, simple home with mud walls and a wooden door, but inside it was filled with warmth and laughter. Hasan worked every day with devotion, and in the evenings, he would tell his children stories about his work. His youngest, Aram, loved hearing how a wall stands like a soldier against time, and would giggle as Hasan acted it out. Life was tough but content, until one day, everything changed. Hasan was working on the 3rd floor of a new building at the village school. The wind was high, clouds gathering in the sky. In a moment of imbalance, his foot slipped, and he fell. Screams echoed, children cried, his wife fainted when she heard the news. Hasan was rushed to the hospital. His right leg was broken, badly. There were casts, treatments, and medicine, but months passed and his condition worsened. The pain spread from his leg to his whole body. Once the strongest man in the village, he was now bound to a bed, helpless and quiet. Sugra would press his swollen leg, hiding tears at night, smiling by day for the children. Their eldest son, Yasser, left school and took up work with a local carpenter. The house's only income now came from stitching, odd jobs, and sheer willpower. Hasan, lying in bed, watched his family bend under the weight he once carried. Guilt gnawed at him more than the pain ever could. One night, Sugra found him silently crying. "I've become useless, Sugra," he whispered. "It should be me working, not Yasser." Sugra gently held his hand, her voice soft yet firm. "You held us all your life, Hasan. Now let us hold you." Those words sparked something in him. The next morning, he asked for a pencil and paper. Lying on the bed, he sketched a blueprint of a small building, clean lines, perfect balance. Yasser took it to the carpenter, who was stunned. "This is the work of a professional architect," he said. Word spread. One map turned into 2, then 10. Soon local contractors and masons began seeking Hasan's designs. The man once dismissed as crippled was now again the brain behind walls and dreams. Then, something unexpected happened. An American teacher named Michael Smith was posted at the village school. Sent by an international development agency, Michael was young, passionate, and deeply kind. He quickly became loved in the village for playing with children, listening to elders, and walking around the school each evening. One evening, admiring the school building, he asked the principal who designed it. "That building," the principal smiled, "was dreamed by a man who can't even walk anymore, Hasan the Builder." Michael's curiosity turned to admiration, and the next day, he visited Hasan's house. The room was dimly lit, and Hasan was lying quietly, surrounded by pencil sketches and maps. Michael greeted him respectfully and began to talk, gently. Hasan was hesitant at first, but Michael's sincerity opened him up. When Michael saw the designs, he was blown away. "This work could be shown to the world," he said. "Have you ever thought of doing this online?" Hasan laughed softly. "Son, we didn't even have a phone until Yasser dropped out of school. Online is another world to us." Michael made a decision: he would teach Hasan. The next week, he brought his old laptop, taught Yasser and Hasan how to use design software, send emails, and create an online portfolio. Bit by bit, Hasan's work began to reach beyond the village. Orders came from nearby towns, then cities, and eventually, even from abroad. For the first time in years, laughter returned to the house. Hasan began earning again, more than before. The daughters got new dresses. The kitchen stayed warm. Sugra offered silent prayers of gratitude. Michael had become more than a teacher, he was now family. One evening, Hasan said to him, "You didn't just give us a computer, son, you gave us a new life." Michael smiled, "No, Baba. It was your talent. I just showed the world what already lived inside you." When it came time for Michael to return to America, the school hosted a farewell. Hasan, still in his chair, handed him a small wooden model of the school. "This is my story, Michael, and now, you are a part of it."